Hello?
Hi.
Hey, cool. Everything's working. I had everything set up. I was very worried that something wouldn't be working and I'd have to scramble. But instead, I could just ask how you doing.
Hey, I'm good. I found The Grinch Who Stole Christmas on in the background. Ellie is eating cheese and fig Newtons, and I'm trying to wrap a few gifts for Charles before he gets home from work.
Important question for my understanding. Is this the original Grinch Who Stole Christmas cartoon? Is this the Jim Carrey, Ron Howard live action The Grinch? Or is this a new Grinch where Benedict Cumberbatch does a regular American voice for no reason?
That's weird. It is the Jim Carrey live action.
Gotcha. Okay, good. Quality, excellent. Love it. Fully support this.
Yes, it is a good movie.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. My power keeps flickering, and I have plans to play games on the internet this evening, so hoping that doesn't keep happening. It's wild. I even though I was listening to a podcast when it happened, I was doing my meal prep when the power flickered again. And when I finished cooking, like an hour or so later, I was like, none of my apps are working. And I checked my router and the internet's out. I somehow made it over an hour without realizing I didn't have internet, which yeah. Like, the internet going out is not surprising. Me not realizing it. Usually I'm like, when a cat hears some high-pitched sound and then they go, like, to make that stupid look and their ears perk up and they, like, all their hair stands up. That's me with internet connectivity issues, but slept right through it. I spicy chickened my way right through it.
Spicy chicken.
Yeah. And then as soon as it came back up, I ordered Chipotle for the first time in a while and didn't disappoint. Feeling good. Feeling full, if that also means good. I don't know. Yeah. Depends on who you are, I guess.
It can, yeah. It depends on who you are and when you think.
Yeah, fair.
Some days it feels better than others. Ellie, his heart is growing. My goodness.
Oh, man. I haven't seen that movie in quite some time. I forgot that was like a key part of it.
Yeah. But that's like the whole thing.
Yeah, it's been that long, you know?
Fair.
It's I don't know. I feel like it's definitely a me problem.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. I
pregnant.
am watching all my friends with family obligations like trudge through the holiday season. I've been tired too, but not for that reason at all, because I have pretty much, like, the only person in my family that tries to get stuff together is my mom, and she is moving this week. So that's not happening. She sent everything that she was going to give us in, like, just a box. I'm going to help her out with some stuff, but, like, that's it. Otherwise, like, I literally signed up to work Christmas so I wouldn't have to do anything.
Wow.
And much to my surprise, a lot of my friends that I play games with are like, I have nothing going on this week. So it's like I'm usually it's just me alone on a sea of avoidance, but I've actually been watching like this split of people absolutely like killing themselves over the holiday and other people just like, this is fine. And I expected to be the only one in that boat, and I've been more busy than I expected, but it's I'm not jealous. I'm not really regretting my life decisions at the moment. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, knowing who you are.
Are you running from thing to thing, somehow exhausted, but also like, I wouldn't want to not do this?
So I think the first part of that question needs to be answered with Ellie's daycare is closed starting today and going until New Year's the second.
Incredible. They just keep doing this,
which is fine with me because that means that I had to request time off and I am off this whole week.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I am not working for the most insane time of retail, which is very exciting to me.
True. Yeah. Day after Christmas.
Day after Christmas, National Returns Day.
Yep.
I will not be there.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Apple Store, as I recall, was always very strange in that people expected the holidays to be slammed, but it's never the days that people expected. Like the day before Christmas is dead. It's quiet because Apple doesn't do sales.
Right.
Black Friday is dead. Like all these crazy big days are dead, but that Returns Day is not one of them. That's a cluster.
That's the biggest day. That's probably the biggest day.
That's rugged, and you get to skip it.
I do.
This is probably justifying the whole motherhood enterprise on its own. Not to mention like the preciousness of having a child. This is like it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
There's candy canes falling off. Oh my goodness.
Oof. Hi, Ellie.
Hey, don't forget about your cheese. Okay. Also, Colin says hi. He's in my ear. Do you want to say hi to him? Yeah. Okay, come here. Where's my phone?
Good question. It's a good question. Yeah,
right,
I have not communicated directly with Ellie since my visit, even though she brings me up quite a bit.
You're on speaker now. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. Hi, Ellie.
Ellie, do you want to say hi to Colin? Come here.
Hey. Hi, Ellie. How you doing?
You hear Colin? Why are you staring at me like I have 6 heads now?
I know exactly what face she's making. She's watching The Grinch and is probably like, okay, Colin's cool, but like, why are you interrupting?
She's staring at the phone.
Hi, Ellie, Colin? It's Colin. Hi. Hello. I wish I had more to say. You are only 2, so I don't... Uh-oh.
The sleigh is about to fall off the...
Uh-oh. See, I told you, she's watching The Grinch. Colin is not as interesting as The Grinch. Anybody can tell you
Can
this.
you at least say hi, Colin? Because you did before. Now he can hear you.
She doesn't have to. It's fine.
I know, but I want her to.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's a colorful picture of Colin.
Hey, you can go back to watching The Grinch now. I won't keep you. I will never stop you from watching The Grinch, Ellie.
Mommy.
Uh-oh, Mommy. That sleigh is about to fall right off the cliff, right?
Uh-oh, Mommy.
What do you think's going to happen? I don't know. Let's find out.
That's man, I've never felt more connected to that kid than right now. That was an extremely Colin reaction to an unexpected social situation. Like, yes, I acknowledge this is happening, but screw you for making me be part of it.
When I said, do you want to say hi to Colin? She got really excited and said, hi, Colin. And I wanted to try to see if I can get that.
Okay,
did you
gotcha.
hear it that time?
I don't think I did. I think Discord is filtering out things below a certain threshold, and her teeny tiny baby voice box.
Colin over and over again.
Colin is in upstate New York.
Yeah. He's where he lives, and we're where we live. Colin
is currently just a giant meaty envelope for a tremendous amount of Chipotle.
That's a sweatshirt that I got for Daddy.
Oh,
it's a gift for Dad.
I got invited to a sweater party that we ended up not attending, given the surge of flu and COVID, and finding out that nobody. I asked the friends hosting the party, are there any precautions being taken? And they said, I don't know. If you're not sick, don't show up. Or like, if you're sick, don't show up. And I was like, that's not the amount of consideration I would like. And then Rebecca is like, I am not going to risk not being able to see my kids on Christmas. And I'm like, I will piggyback on that because I don't have that good a reason, but I still don't want to get sick.
Yes.
But I was expecting to go, so I did
see a wonderful picture of a sweater.
Yeah, I did go Christmas sweater shopping. It came down to a cat Christmas sweater and a taco Christmas sweater. And a lot of people like the cat, but the point was made to me that everybody has a cat Christmas sweater. And while I am more commonly identified as a cat person than a taco person, I am a taco person.
You are a taco person, yeah.
I love tacos quite a bit.
You know who else loves tacos?
Who?
Dragons. There's a book called Dragons Love Tacos that we've read every night for the past month.
You are bringing up this kid in just the best way. I'm just so... This call is like selling me on the idea of parenthood in a way that nobody else has been able to. Just wholehearted approval from your boy over here. I've gotten into like real discussion, like deep discussions with people about like just my opposed views on certain traditions regarding marriage, parenthood, and a lot of things. And then you're just like, oh, but I am indoctrinating my child into avoiding social situations and eating tacos. I'm like, well, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I mean, that is the thing. When you have kids, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Until they fight back. It's kind of like... Parenthood is just like a micro version of being a dictator, you know?
Sure.
You start off with big ideas and absolute control until they learn to ask questions. And then that control is eroded until they break off and start their own life.
Yeah, I will say that...
And sometimes they kill you, but that is maybe less common.
We hope. My philosophy on parenting has always been a little bit more like, I just feel like I don't have any control.
Which, but isn't that the problem with dictators? They want the control, even though it's not tenable or possible.
Yeah, but I think they have control. I just assume that I have no control.
That's fair. You'd make a hilarious dictator. Do what I say. Maybe. I don't know.
I get it. Like, I understand. You know, everyone has their own feelings and thoughts.
Yeah. Man, I am actually a little bummed Ellie's awake because I saw, I want to hear your reaction to this, even if it would make for terrible recording. but there's a trailer for a movie I saw on Twitter today, and the tweet was positioned to me as, you need to watch this whole thing for the best movie title reveal of all time. And it was like a 3-minute trailer. So by the time I got to the end of it, I forgot why I was watching the trailer. And like, I really want to hear your reaction. So, but I can't imagine throwing that on the TV right now and replacing the Grinch. Like Colin couldn't get Ellie away from the Grinch. This movie trailer's not going to do it. But I think I will post a link to this trailer in the episode description for this. So anybody listening to this, pretty please check the show notes and watch the video at the link I post. It will not spoil the name of the film. Just watch the trailer in earnest. Get into the trailer for this film and share with me /us your honest reactions. Because Laura, I'm gonna send this to you later too. It is the highlight of my day.
I have
unquestionably.
I have like both so many questions, and because I am wrapping presents and the Grinch is playing and Ellie's here, you're going to send me this link, and I'm going to have completely forgotten of this conversation.
I'm not going to send it to you right now. I'm going to send it to you later when things have wound down for you, because I want true Laura react. I'm describing such a vague thing. Like conceptually, I have not sold this idea. No, but you gotta trust me. It has made my day tangibly better. This fucking trailer is so good. Otherwise, what else have you been up to when you're not running around like a dictator with your head cut off?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I do, so I don't really know how to answer that question.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I've been working, and work is fine. It's I'm ready for it to be done. I'm excited for maternity leave.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily ready to have a newborn, but I also am like not ready. Right? Like the first time around, I was like, we don't need a crib, and I was like, wait, she doesn't need a crib until she's like 6 months old. Yeah, it's fine. Mm-hmm. So I have everything that I would need to keep a newborn alive and healthy until I was able to procure stuff. So I'm not worried about the stuff, which is good.
That's good.
And I feel like time is just flying by really, really quickly, and I'm going to have a baby any second, and that's super weird.
Woof. Well, I can't remember. Are you the big sister or the little sister between you and your siblings?
No, I'm the little sister.
You're the
Ellie,
little sister.
Can you hand that to me?
Because I'm
Thank you, baby.
I'm the little brother. So I'm sure you and I are both familiar with the concept of hand-me-downs as little siblings.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Now,
my sister was 6.5 years older than me, so like.
Okay. That's a big gap.
Yeah.
That said, I'm now curious, especially now that it is much more commonplace to not, push gender norms on children until they learn how to express themselves. To what degree will Ellie's stuff be handed down to your future, presumably son?
100% of her stuff is going to. I will say all of her stuff were hand-me-downs from friends. I mean, maybe not 100% of her stuff, but like a solid percent of her things were hand-me-downs from friends. And so like that stuff is just going to go down. When I had Ellie, I was very much like, what do you need more of, sweetheart?
I can't remember the name of the book. There was a short story about a society that tried to make everyone physically equal. So smart people had sounds blasted in their ears to make them unable to keep a train of thought and make them dumb. I feel like that's kind of what you're experiencing, is just...
Sounds like the worst.
Oh, I made it halfway through a sentence. What? What was that? Huh? Yeah, you can knock over the Christmas tree. I don't care. It did sound like that's what you were describing. And as a cat owner, that has happened to me twice this month.
Yeah. Ooh, that's more than I was expecting, actually.
It is. It has happened twice. I got to witness it once as it was happening, and it's a very small Christmas tree. Because our townhouse is like the perfect size, because it's big enough to feel like a house, but it's small enough that you don't really have to do anything to take care of it. It's great.
That's fantastic.
And so we had these lofty plans. We want to disassemble the cat tree and turn it into floating platforms for the cats and put a Christmas tree there. But it never came together because we were busy. So the tiny little Christmas tree I surprised Rebecca with years ago, because I'm a big old Grinch, and she was like, "You got me a tree at all?" It's like a 3 or 4 foot tree. It's nothing. But she has a Christmas tree, big one, with her kids, so she doesn't need a big one here. So we set up the tiny one, and she decorated the shit out of it. And Odo just loves getting under that thing, and he is too big. He is way too big for this tiny tree. And every time I walk out downstairs and I see the Christmas tree on the floor and shit scattered everywhere, I'm just like, I'm fine with this. I enjoy this far more than I'm upset by it.
She's been very good, and we have all like shatterproof. Like none of our ornaments are destined to break.
I never even thought about baby-proof ornaments. When I was very young, my mom was like, here's a tote of porcelain. Go nuts. Don't die.
Yeah,
Here's a shaky stepladder. Good luck, idiot.
I did not get them for Ellie. We had them before we had the baby. But it seems like, not the time to change that. So we've just kept we're on
a 2.5-year streak. Time to introduce a little risk into the pot.
Well, chaos.
Yeah. Listen, we have a new kid coming. We need to make sure that Ellie is battle ready for the next one.
True. I have to hang the doggies up, right? I'm hanging up my Christmas cards.
Oh my God. I just turned around and hold on, I got to snap a pic of this precious boy.
We were definitely talking about something that I was going to finish my thought on, and then we didn't.
We were. And then I commented on the fact that your thoughts are never completed.
Yeah. And now I was actually going to finish it. I remembered what the thought was. And then it's all your fault. It's nothing good.
Yeah, I'm trying to cast all this blame on Ellie. I'm the monster in your life.
You're the monster. You're the problem here.
I hope you didn't find the remote control car that I've parked under your tree that I'm using to knock it over from New York. Charles was my inside man on this one.
Yeah,
I call it remote gaslighting. I'm doing a TED talk on it.
Great. Yes, my sweetheart. Those are earrings for Grandma.
We finally started playing some Halo Infinite recently.
We did. And it was very fun. And I'm excited to continue to play.
Yeah, I have been frustrated, like a lot of people in the Halo community, about like the unfinished state of Halo Infinite at launch and the very slow road to redemption.
Yeah, I could have sworn that I read that they straight up canceled multiplayer.
They canceled local split screen co-op. Local split screen co-op you can't do. And now that you've seen a bit of the world, you can maybe see why Xboxes, especially older Xboxes, cannot render and load two sections of the world at the same time.
Yeah. But, do you want to play TSET, baby? Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that being difficult to code.
But it's been, I forgot, like, when you first moved away, that was, like, the way that we stayed in touch. Yeah. And I forgot how lovely it is.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I also forgot how prolific your skills are at blowing things up.
I was going to say, I started out, because it's been a very long time since I played Halo and or most video games, and I started out by picking up one of those exploding, I don't know, cubes, squares, whatever. And
barrels.
I couldn't figure out how to throw it, barrels, and I just threw it directly at you when I finally figured it out.
Yeah, that was the first thing that happened. I don't know. I've played Halo with 7-year-olds lately. I've played Halo with 20-year-olds lately, but I haven't played Halo with Laura, and it's just a markedly different experience.
I also take so much joy in it. Like, it's not like oh no, what have I done? It's like I get a good cackle out of it.
It's like that deep cackle, that deep I fucked you up.
Yeah.
It's joyous. It's wonderful.
Well, I spend so much time like trying to protect life that, sometimes it's really fun to just there's Rudolph with his shiny red nose.
So I have become
my anti-child, I guess.
Yeah, your conduit for all the hatred that you have to suspend. All the violence that you have to suppress. I mean,
you're so practiced, Taylor.
That's fine. I need video games I need that pure joy in video games, because let me tell you, I let video games get the better of me last night. I was like, I think I'm going to sit down and finally beat God of War Ragnarok. And I found a boss fight. And I got mad at that boss fight. And I fought it for 4 hours.
Ooh. Which boss?
It's one of the berserkers, like those, like it's not part of the main story. It's one of those side bosses that you can do just for funsies. And I beat a bunch of them, so I was like, oh, I just leveled up a bunch of shit. I'll be fine. That was not fine. I really resented the way that it was structured and actively fought against it. And
why? If it's because that way, you can't change it.
It's bullshit. Listen, in games, in other RPGs, if somebody like goes immune or is out of the field of battle or there's a damage gate, it communicates that to you. And this was 2 bosses at once, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna destroy one of them so I can focus on the other. But they randomly like go invincible and start dodging every single attack, and it seems totally arbitrary until you really study the mechanics. And I just got really angry and stubborn.
Yeah. Well,
it really fucked me up. And I don't know. It felt good to beat. I'm glad I beat it.
Good.
I regret spending 4 hours on it.
He has a Christmas hat and a shiny nose. I'm glad you beat it too.
Thanks.
I was going to say, because
but
Santa does not have a shiny nose.
I mean, I don't know. He seems pretty reflective in most art I see of him. Very, very rosy.
Yeah, he is. But I feel like, if he had a shiny nose, he could have guided his own sleigh.
Okay. You're saying, okay, luminescent. I understand.
Yes.
I misunderstood. I don't know. I just always view him as glistening, which is maybe weird.
No, but you're right. It is weirdly glistening. Oh, I have a fun story for you.
Oh,
unrelated to holidays or only tangentially related to Elmar. We have a bit of a crush to get to work and school in the morning these days because I have to wake her up before she wants to get up. And then that means she only usually has like 20 minutes to eat breakfast, and it's been cold out. So it's hard to get out the door. So what I do is I start my car like 10 minutes before we have to leave, and then like finish up with breakfast and like get everyone out. And it's like just the last 10 minutes are so hectic.
Yeah.
So what I do, and I will not tell you my address, anyone else, what I often will do is set my house, like my alarm security system, and then I leave the front door unlocked. Because like there's a large part of me that feels like if someone really wants to break into my house, like locking my door is not going to do anything about it.
Yeah,
and so if the alarm system goes off, that's more of a deterrent than a lock.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Okay. I mean, I can test that if you want, but yeah, continue.
I mean, I'd rather you not, but whatever. So
that tree's going down, motherfucker.
So I've done this a couple times now. Obviously, I wasn't doing it over the summer because I didn't have to start my car in advance. But like for this winter, I've done it a handful of times because it hasn't really gotten cold yet. So I did that the other day and yesterday. Feels like a million years ago. I did this yesterday. And we have a balloon that has Santa's face in it that is floating around our living room. And like when the heat goes on, it pushes it. And then my security system sees that there's motion. And most of the time it's smart enough to know whether or not something is like actually in motion. But it has a face on it. And so it set off my home security system and the alarm started going off. And I was driving and Charles was either driving too. So like we couldn't discern it from our phones. So I get a call from Simply Safe being like, hey, we see that your alarm is going off and you haven't canceled it. I was like, yeah, I'm driving. Like last time this happened, there was a balloon floating around the living room. Like it wasn't a big deal. And I just canceled it. It's fine. And he was like, okay, what's your safe word? And I was like, I have no idea. I was like, I don't know, is it Ellie? And he was like, no. And I was like, all right, that was like my one shot. And I was like, listen, I'm going to be parked in like 2 minutes. I'll turn off the alarm from then. Like, I like can't help you any more than this. He was like, yeah, I see the balloon you're talking about. It looks like it's stationary, but like, I don't see any people. I was like, yeah, no, I figured it's probably not the people.
I love that this person this isn't like something you just found on your phone. An actual human working their actual job had to look at your house and say, oh, there's a fucking Santa balloon staring at me.
Yes. So I hang up with him. I cancel the alarm. And Charles was like, is this really happening? And I was like, yes, but it's fine. I just spoke to them, like, whatever.
Oh, it's so good.
And then, so that was a motion sensor alarm. And then all of a sudden I get a door, because we have door sensors and motion sensors. So like if you open the door when we're expected to be either home or away, like it will set off an alarm because the motion will go off.
Yeah.
So the motion sensor goes, or the door sensor goes off. And I was like, oh shit, like that's not great. And I was like,
that's wild.
This is like a different experience. So I was like, oh, what is happening now? And so like I was turned off the alarm and I was trying to look at the camera, but I was at work and like everything was kind of crazy. And then I look at my Nest camera in the living room and there were police in my house.
What?
Because I hadn't canceled fucking Simply Safe in time. So I see and hear on the Nest camera, like, police, is anyone there? And I was like, oh, God damn it. And so I like tried to do the talk thing, but I was like totally panicking. So I like didn't get it. I was like, I'm in the living room. I'm like talking to the speaker, like, I'm sorry. But he didn't hear it. So then I like looked at the other one upstairs and he like happened to be in the nursery. Like, thank God. Also, it was super weird. And I was like, hi, I'm turning the camera up here. I'm really sorry. So the police officer comes over. I was like, I'm really sorry. The balloon went off and I couldn't turn on the sensor in time because I'm driving. And I'm so sorry to have you dispatched. And he was like, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anyone here. I was like, yeah, no, I'm actually really not worried about that. It's totally fine. Sorry you had to come out. I was like, okay, like, bye. And we're having this conversation.
That's
via camera. That's so
goddamn funny. That's so ridiculous.
And then Charles was like, how did they get into the house? And I was like, I didn't want to tell him that
that you haven't been locking the door.
I was like, he was like, did they break down the door? I was like,
God, I hope not.
I was like, no, I was like, I left the door open because the alarm was on. You can have one candy. So
I know this. I know this makes no sense, but when you said the door sensors went off, I should have understood that a person was opening the door, but my mind could not get off the fact that the balloon was the one setting off the alarms. And I was like, how did the balloon move the door? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's Santa.
I was more surprised than I should have been when you said police. That's a much more reasonable answer than my response would suggest.
Yeah. So that was really wild. And then I had to tell Charles that I've been leaving the door open, and I bought my lock.
That's fantastic. I was wondering how the door unlocking would come back, and it was such a lovely little bit of drama at the end there. That's hysterical. That's really fucking funny.
It was such a morning, and like, of course, this was a morning that I woke Ellie up. It's some chocolate, baby. She woke up and immediately just said, "It's not wake up time, Mama. I don't want to wake up." And I was like, I get it, dude. And I had a horrible migraine that literally lasted 7 hours and then just turned into a headache for 2 hours. And like, and the police were in my house, and Charles was like, "Did they break down?" I'm like, I don't really know the answer, but probably not.
Yeah. Wow.
It was a day. It was a real day. And then someone was like, "You should just go home." And I was like, it's my last day before I have a week of vacation at Christmas. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. No. Like, so this was super recent. This was like last couple of days. That was yesterday?
Yeah, it was literally yesterday.
Wow. Yeah. Well, what a way to learn about ACAB. And by that, I mean all cops are balloons.
Ellie, let's not just snack on whatever is in the house, okay? You can have some cheese and crackers if you want, because I already took those out. Do you want to put those on your picnic blanket, Nika? You can have a pouch. You can't have a marshmallow. You can have pouch, though. You can have pouch or cheese and crackers. Which do you want?
I'm trying to think of any stories I have that can match that. I got fucking nothing.
No, you're not going to have sprinkles, baby. Pouch. Okay, Ellie, you can't just eat whatever you want. Do you want this pouch? Well, all right. Then you can have the cheese and crackers, but that's it. Anyway, it's been a wild day. I have not had the chance to install my lock, but I literally had a dream. So that's done today.
You had a what? I didn't hear that.
I bought a smart lock yesterday after this whole debacle. And I have not yet had the chance to install it, but I had a dream about it last night, about installing it. Do that. Ellie, you can have cheese and crackers, baby. That's it.
That was how Rebecca was out of the house when the power went out and I discovered it. And I think it was like a serious outage because my cell service was also not working. So like, I think it wasn't just like my internet. I think it was like internet for the area and the local cell tower. So when I called her to like say, hey, if you need to come home and do internet stuff, don't. And her response was like, oh yeah, I saw that the lock went offline and I just shrugged it off. And I'm like, cool. Love the amount of concern. Nice. And I heard her kids in the background. So I was like, nothing else matters right now. I understand. But just to flip it like, oh yeah, the one security device we have to let me know whether or not things are okay. Yeah, that's gone. We're done. Oh man. Well, what's on the docket for the rest of the day?
Well, I have to call my pharmacy because they not special order, but they ordered my insulin to be delivered today because I'm about to run out. And literally I have 8 minutes left, which is not enough for me to do.
Yeah, especially not on a holiday.
No. And it was supposed to be shipped to the one near me, and then it didn't come in their shipment today, so they had to come around. It looks like they sent it to a different pharmacy, but I have to call them and verify. And I should pick up... You want magnetized? Okay, let me pull those out for you. Can you put away your tea set while I get those? Thank you, Jumping.
Is she getting better about putting stuff away?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, good.
And then a couple of Charles presents got delivered to our old apartment, which is really not good. I've been really getting the next 20 minutes in one direction. Yeah, that's not like right around the corner. Oof. Yeah, which is dumb. But I think I'm probably going to call the CVS and see if my script is ready and then go. I have a fun thing here where I'm going to need to go to the bathroom right now. So I'm going to put you on a hold if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine.
Or I'll play around later. It's up to you.
I'll play around a Marvel Snap.
Perfect. All right, I'll be back.
All right, I'm going to live narrate this particular match here. So I'm running a Patriot deck in Marvel Snap here. I've drawn Patriot, Shocker, and Thing, and Lamentus won right out of the gate. Leaves me with Wasp, Cyclops, and Debris. These are the 6 cards I've got. As long as they didn't pull a Killmonger, I might have this one in the fucking bag. End turn 1, what did they play? Opponent has played Squirrel Girl. This is either a Death or a Zoo deck, I'm guessing. Nexus is the second lane, so power goes to all zones. It's lovely. I'm going to probably play my Shocker, Cyclops, and Thing in that lane. They're also doing a Patriot deck because we have both just played Shocker in the center lane. And the raft. Okay, here we go. The raft, first to fill this, gets a draw of 6, a 6 cost card, and it costs nothing. Given that we have so few cards, this to me seems like a good idea. I'm going to I have to fill this by turn 5, or else I'm fucked. We pulled like the same cards. He just played Patriot Thing and Shocker. But I just played Debris, which gives them stuff too. All right, I'm going to fill the raft. I've played my Cyclops. I'm currently winning no lanes because they have the Nexus. But I think I might be able to pull it out here because I just drew a Thanos. So between Patriot Thing and Thanos, that's going to increase the power in my middle lane by 14, 16, which will... Uh-oh, we both just snapped. We've both doubled down. What do they have? Do they have Onslaught? Do they have Mystique? Oh, do I do it? I've got to do it. What could it be? Oh, Abomination in the left lane. I'm fine. I've got this because I'm going to win middle lane and right lane. There we go. And Thanos. Excellent. He pulled the left lane with 38. I got the middle and right with 24 and 36. That's a double snap win. 8 cubes for you, boy. Patriot v. Patriot on Lamentis 1, and I've come out on top. He's even using the same variant of Squirrel Girl that I am. How exciting. Well, if you don't know Marvel Snap, that was a very confusing minute or two. She's still bathrooming. I can do another. Do I have any challenge?
I have you on mute so I can still hear you. I'm listening to every play-by-play.
Incredible. I thought you put me on hold so you couldn't hear me, but hey, I hope that was entertaining at least, even though you have no clue what the fuck is happening. It was.
Nope, no idea.
It's a Marvel card game, and matches are very short. It has consumed me in a way no phone game ever has before.
I'm still playing a lot of Temple Run on
the Endless
Apple
Runner.
Arcade. So I thought it was going to be the Endless Runner because that was the game. Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, is this the weird spin-off one where it's like puzzles?
It's just. Okay. Ellie, I'm having a really hard time thinking when you're talking to me at the same time. I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's basically just Candy Crush. It's just Candy Crush.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. The only color matchy game I got into was also on Apple Arcade, and it was called Grindstone. I think you played it.
Oh, Grindstone was fun, yeah. I stopped at some point, but I did really enjoy it for a while.
They've added a bunch of shit to it, and I went back to play it, but as I was playing Grindstone, it's when Marvel Snap came out, which was 2 months ago now, and boy howdy. I usually don't get into collectible card games like Magic or anything just because it's like such a time suck and a money suck, and this removed both of those barriers for me. And
so it's an iOS
got all my friends. Yeah, it's on pretty much everything. But yes, you can get it on your phone. If you ever played anything like Magic or Hearthstone, it's like that, except your decks are only 12 cards and there are only 6 turns. So you don't need to like be a fucking mathematician to put a deck together. And matches take 2 minutes, maybe.
That sounds pretty great.
It's wonderful. Like literally, if I have to go to the bathroom, Marvel Snap game fits it perfectly, unless it's a big bathroom experience. Then it's several Marvel Snap games.
Right. Scale up.
Yes, that's how I measure my bathroom experiences now, is how many matches did I get in.
Oh, that's the best.
It is a wonderful game, but it's... Rebecca keeps seeing me play it, and she's like, I want to try it. And I'm like, this is like, she also fucking loves Candy Crush. So I was like, Rebecca, I don't think this is your speed of game. You're capable of playing this game. I'm not implying anything otherwise, but this is not your jam. And the other day, it was like 11 p.m. and she had taken like a gummy or something. And she's like, I'm going to try this game. And I was like, well, let's see how this goes. And 2 steps into the tutorial, she's like, I don't want to think, and then closed it. And it didn't even get to the strategy. It was literally just showing her how to drag a card from her hand. Oh, and that was the deal breaker.
Yeah, that does not sound good.
No.
I think I'm going to have to go and be a parent at this point.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised we made it this far. I didn't want to question it. I didn't want to stare a gift Laura in the mouth, but that's why we don't do video calls.
Yep. It is indeed. All right.
Well, hey, have fun being a parent. Let Ellie know that I will never force her to talk to me if she doesn't want to.
I will. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.